Hello and welcome back to our Pokemon Showdown team building videos. Today we have a team around a Marowak. We are here with Marcus the Marowak. I'm sorry about the nickname, okay, that's why I sighed. Okay, I'm not great when it comes to nicknames, so if I don't have a nickname for a Pokemon, I just take the first couple of letters and blend it into a normal name. That's generally a common thing you'll see. So we have Marcus the Marowak here. We are not running shiny because, you know, just before this video I thought, you know what, maybe we'll make it shiny. I looked at it, it's freaking green, it's disgusting. Ew. And Marowak, right, it's a strange Pokemon. It really is. Which is why I want to make a team around it in a sense, but its stats, pretty bad. Admittedly, this is PU tier. I mean, you know what? Its stats not going to be great, but its stats are pretty bad. It's pretty defensive. I don't normally make a team around a defensive Pokemon, which is why this set is going to get a little bit crazy. Now, normally I see people run Leftovers or Rocky Helmet on a defensive Marowak. We're not doing that. We're actually going to run the Fit Club set, which surprisingly, you'd think this would be a lot more common, but I don't see this a lot. Not at all. And we're going to be running Battle Armor so we don't get crit, because let's face it, Lightning Rod is pretty useless, and I don't think we're going to be running any, like, Head Smash or anything crazy like that, because I don't think it gets Head Smash, unless it does, in which case, sadly it doesn't, or I would probably run that. But we're going to be running Fit Club. We are possibly going to be running Stealth Rocks on this thing, because I know for a fact that if we have a Ground type on the team, we are probably not going to have a Rock type as well, because the weaknesses double up with the Grass and Water weaknesses, and that's not nice. So Stealth Rocks might be put on this thing. We are going to be running Stab Earthquake. There's nothing stopping me running that. That's a beautiful move in every way. And we're also going to be running a little bit more power in Stone Edge. Normally, this is where things get weird. Normally, people would like tech something simple like Knock Off to round off the set, something like that. Heck, even maybe something like Low Kick for certain threats, maybe Fire Punch to deal with like, oh heck, I don't even know. We're not going to be running that. We're going to run Swords Dance. So this is where it gets a little bit weird. Swords Dance Marowak with Fit Club, right? Fit Club means this attack stat is already doubled. If we can get one Swords Dance up on top of that, that's Primal Groudon with a Swords Dance up kind of levels, and that's going to tear through teams. So if we can get like a free Swords Dance against the opposing Pokemon, say we lead up against another Rock type or something that's setting up Stealth Rocks, the aim is going to be set up a Swords Dance and blow everything away. We're not even going to think about Stealth Rock. If, however, we come up against something bad, we'll go for a Stealth Rock and just accept we get Stealth Rocks up on their side of the field, and we'll go with that. So this is kind of a lead Pokemon with two different routes it can kind of take to make the battle swing into our favour. Things could go terribly wrong. This is Pokemon. Hacks happens, but that's the plan. Now, because this thing is reasonably defensive alone, it kind of fits with my core, which is why the core is not going to be built specifically around Marowak, but we are going to definitely make sure that we have something that resists ice. So, generic defensive typing that resists ice would be a water type. It just pairs so nicely. It's a nice defensive typing. I don't know what we're going to find, because this is a PU tier, and PU is not good. Walrein's kind of fat, though. I just scrolled through like all of this, not even looking. I see Walrein, like it's just shining in front of me. It's a beautiful Pokemon. I'm tempted to take Walrein. We're not going to stop there. Prinplup is also getting increasingly popular with Eviolite, so that's also an option. Wow. There isn't a lot else, is there, in terms of defensive? I mean, like there's Dugong, but let's face it, who's ever going to run a defensive Dugong? I mean, it's just not that good. Sadly. Really sadly. I would have loved Dugong to be good, I really would. It can share cold, which is fun, but it's not good. Lapras is fat, yes, but not the best defensively. I'd rather run Walrein just out of personal preference. So I'm thinking we're going to run a shiny Walrein. It's nice in purple if I remember, or pink, or one of the two. And I have a name for Walrein. Yep, we're just going to call you Floof, and you're good to go. Such a beautiful name for a beautiful Pokemon. It's better than the generic names like Tusky, so I mean, It's still not a good name by any means, but it's beautiful at the same time. We're going to be running leftovers. We are going to be running thick fat, I believe. It'll just give us... Oh, we technically 8 times resist ice, and that is like perfect. I love that. So, defensively, rest is nice. You don't get Scald? You don't get Scald. Scald would be lovely. Scald would bring this thing up a few tiers, I can tell you that now. We're going to take Rest, Sleep, Talk. We're going to take Toxic, because we're going to need it. And I'm tempted to run Earthquake as our last move, but we already have ground coverage, which makes me really not want to do that. Instead, I think we'll just run the Ice Beam. It's Stab. It's just damage. It's nice damage, and there's a chance to freeze, which could honestly be some complete and utter hacks that could turn the battle into our favour, so we'll do it. And we are going to be running you specially defensively. We'll put 248 into your HP, so you don't take as much Stealth Rock damage. And that's a fairly bulky Pokemon, actually. Walrein is up there. I mean, damn. Them defenses. 110 HP as well. How is this thing still PU? No reliable recovery, actually, now that I think about it. That would be why. We could have also run Avalugg to resist ice. But if Avalugg gets hit by, like, a freaking Ember, it's dead. So, maybe not. Maybe not. Right, we have Floof. That just sounds weird. A defensive pairing to pair with the Walrein. We have a grass weakness, a notable grass weakness. It needs to resist grass. A type that resists grass. But it also is kind of weak to fighting. I would like a fighting resist in there. So, like, maybe a poison type? Is there any good physically defensive poison types? Now, Muck is actually monstrously good. And I'm amazed it's in PU, but it's not good on the physical side. If I could run that Assault Vest, maybe, but not a physical wall. We're never going to see anything like Beedrill or anything like that as a physical wall. That's just not happening. And there's really not that many poison types. Swalot would be our best bet, and Swalot is not a Pokemon that I enjoy using, so we're going to scrap that and go for a Grass type instead. Because, end of the day, I like Meganium. I think Meganium is probably one of my favourite grass types, so I wouldn't mind using a Meganium if it came to it. It can run Rocky Helmet, it's fine, unless there is anything else. Tropius would also be quite fun to use. I would not mind running Tropius, although that is a 4 times ice weakness, which I don't like the look of. We could also run Leafeon. Does Leafeon get Synthesis? Leafeon does get Synthesis, so Leafeon is an option. I'm not going with it 100%, but Leafeon has a nice defense stat. Leafeon definitely has a nice defense stat. That is definitely the reason I think. Ferroseed is NU, yet it's saying it can be used in PU. My mind hurts. We're gonna ignore that. What? NU's higher than PU. That's... okay. Okay, anyway, we're gonna ignore that. Golgeist would be immune to fighting. Its defense stat is similar to Leafeon. Has a little bit more on the special side. It's a little bit slower and it doesn't hit quite as hard. But at the same time, being immune to fighting, that's something I would like. So scrap Leafeon, we're going to take a Golgeist. I'm pretty sure your shiny has like purple. Yeah, I already have a name for you, we're just going to call you Jess. Do you need leftovers? I don't... Do we want Rocky Helmet or do we run leftovers? I'm going to run leftovers. We don't need Pickup, we don't really need Insomnia, we don't really need Frisk. All of its abilities are pretty trash, actually. Okay. And as for a moveset, pretty basic stuff. You also get access to Will-O-Wisp, which will be great for anything defensive. You can take physical hits a lot easier, and I like that. So, Leech Seed, Will-O-Wisp. That's nice. What else do we want on you? Synthesis would be kind of good. So I think we'll take Synthesis so we can recover up and all that stuff. And for our final move, Shadow Sneak is good because you get priority. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Maybe Foul Play. This thing's defensive, so it's going to be on probably physical mons. Foul Play could be pretty good. Foul Play could be very good. I'm gonna actually take Foul Play, so we don't need any defense stats. I don't know why you're trying to be specially defensive. You're definitely going to be run physically defensive with a physical nature. We don't need anything into your attack stats at all, which feels weird. Feels weird having a base 100 attack stat and not using it. It's its second best stat and I'm just ignoring it. Do I really need Foul Play? Or should I just take Shadow Sneak for a little bit of priority? I think I'm going to take Shadow Sneak. I just feel like it fits a little bit better. I don't want to completely screw myself over by using Foul Play and then it never works in my favour. Shadow Sneak's a little bit more reliable in that sense. I don't really know. I'm kind of half and half debating it. It's kind of weird. But with this team, we have 2 Pokemon weak to Grass, 2 Pokemon weak to Ice. Which are both because of that damn Marowak. Marowak's typing is not the best. I don't like the ground typing. It's nice to get Stab Earthquake, because Earthquake's probably the best move in the game. But the type itself, pretty bad. So, what are we going to run that's going to help balance that out a little bit? Because honestly, I don't have a clue anymore. I'm in the PU tier. This is probably my most unfamiliar tier. I never really know exactly what I want on the team. I never really know if I just want to have something powerful that's going to just like set up a Shell Smash. Do I want a myaiana? I mean, always. Is that actually a good idea? Let me try and justify why I should run a myaiana right now. We have a dark weakness overall, because Golgeist is weak to dark and we don't have any resistance to it. The same with Ghost. Let's be honest, I just really want to use a myaiana. So, temporary placeholder, myaiana. Temporary placeholder. We already know what this thing's going to be. This thing has had some sweeps in its time on this channel, and I kind of like it. Now, as for an item, I ran Salakberry last time I used this with Moxie, just in case we got brought down to a low amount of health, we get the speed boost and we destroy things. So we're going to do that again. We're going to run Crunch, Sucker Punch, 2 dark moves, best plans, play rough to hit fighting types, if there really even is any in this tier, which I honestly don't think there really is. And for our final move, I think last time we ran Fire Fang because we couldn't run Swagger, if I'm remembering this correctly. Now, Fire Fang didn't do anything for us. It didn't do a thing. It didn't help out in the slightest. So, I think I would rather have something that's gonna be probably a little bit strange, but possibly useful. Something weird like Counter. Did I say Iron Tail? Iron Tail? What rock types do we have to worry about in this tier? Is there anything like... There's no Gigalith, is there? Is Gigalith in this? Gigalith is in this. Oh. Let's be honest, I'll use Marowak against that because they'll probably be a lead. Rampardos, we could Iron Tail a Rampardos if we outspeed. That could be really good. Because I doubt a Crunch would kill. I'm actually thinking Iron Tail might be a really good thing that I could run. Because I don't think it gets any fighting type moves, like... I mean, it gets Counter, but that doesn't really count. It gets Rock Smash, I mean, yay, Rock Smash best move ever. It's Dig. Dig myaiana. Oh, we are not running Dig myaiana, although that's actually beautiful. Yeah, I think we'll run Iron Tail. It's a very risky move because it can miss very easily, but we're going to run Iron Tail, and that's going to be Alfred on our team. Oh wow, I'm actually doing that. Okay, right, got it. Now, what other types do we want on this team? Let's have a quick look, assess what we need. Assess a type that we are weak to. So fighting was a thing. I don't know what fighting types there are in this tier, so I'm going to have a quick look. We have... Oh, this is a lot of Little Cup, actually. We have, like, Pignite and Monferno. That's not scaring me. That is not scaring me in the slightest. I mean, admittedly, a Monferno would... I doubt it would even... Would a Flare Blitz be a 2-hit KO onto a Golgeist? Could I just sit there and spam Synthesis and watch it die to Flare Blitz? Probably. I don't think I'm afraid of it. So fighting types, screw those. I can gain as many weaknesses to that as I want. I was thinking maybe a fire type, having just a nice, like, who knows, like a choice spec something, or like maybe a choice banded Rapidash or something. I'm not 100% sure though, because we have not too many weaknesses actually. You know what? I don't think fire's going to be that bad of a pickup. I mean, we have 2 weaknesses to grass. It would resist the grass. It resists ice. That's both the weaknesses I'd say we have the most common weakness to. I mean, it doesn't sound that bad. Does Quilava get Eruption? Could I have a choice scarf Eruption Quilava? I could. I could. Keyword there being could. I'm actually thinking about this team a lot, which is pretty unusual. Normally I just see a Pokemon I like and click it. But I'm thinking this time, yeah. So, we could take a Monferno of our own, but I did just explain why I think that's pretty bad. You could go up against a defensive Golgeist and be completely walled. I kind of want to take a Magmar and stick an Eviolite on it. Not gonna lie, that base 100 special attack with Eviolite, that's really tempting me. Because it would be the same as a Rapidash, but with better defenses, in a way. The attack stats are really similar, actually, and Magmar can still evolve. We're gonna run an Eviolite Magmar just because I think it's good. It really is. We'll keep Flame Body because burning things is nice. I have no name for Magmar, so honestly, I know a lot of people call this Tit Duck. I completely understand. Butthead is another one. I completely understand. I don't think I'm going to go with either of those names, though. No guarantee, of course, but I don't think so. We'll come back to that. Instead, for the moment, I think I'm going to run Flamethrower and Focus Blast. I think I want to make this thing special anyway. Its physical attack is very similar, but I think this is going to be special. Could definitely be run physical, though, now that I think about it. Could run Flare Blitz on this thing, Cross Chop. This thing gets some crazy moves. I'm genuinely debating running this thing physical. Thunder Punch. Do I want physical Magmar? I don't know. I don't know if I want this thing physical or special. Like, it's Belly Drum. Oh, hold up. Oh, hold up. Do I want to Belly Drum this thing right now? I might want to Belly Drum this thing right now. That's... Ooh, do you have any other setup moves? Do you get, like... You do get Power Up Punch. Ooh. Does get Power Up Punch. Now, I am seeing some potential here for some weird sets. I'm seeing Focus Energy. I'm seeing things like Barrier to set up defenses so you can get like a Rest Talk set with Power Up Punch. I'm seeing some definite potential on this Pokemon. I'm unsure of how I want to do this. There are a lot of possibilities right here. I did pick this because I kind of wanted a special attacking fire type over a physical like fire type, because I would have picked Rapidash. So I think we're going to make it special. I think we're going to give it Flamethrower and Focus Blast, because those two moves are powerful. Also going to give it Psychic, just in case of anything, I don't really know. And I think we're just going to take something like Hidden Power Grass, because I don't think this thing gets like Nasty Plot or anything like that, or this thing would actually be broken. So I think this is all I have to work with if I want to make it special, which kind of sucks. I definitely think the physical set has a little bit more like possibilities. But we're just gonna run a standard special set. We're not gonna overthink things. We're gonna run, do we want the HP or do we want the speed? I kinda want the speed, not gonna lie. Give me that speed. Give me the speed. Gonna make you a Timid Nature. 93 speed, yes, it's below the base 100 points, which does normally mean that it's not that great, but this is PU, okay? And in PU, I mean, this is the fastest thing on my team right now, so yeah, we're fine with just running that. Name, we'll come back to that. And we don't have anything that's gonna get rid of rocks, but then again, I'm not particularly bothered by rocks. Rocks are okay, we don't have any like crazy weaknesses to it, it's not like we're running out of Kuno. So I think we're fine as long as we pick up something that has a little bit of power behind it. There are a couple of ideas I have, like Weakness Policy Rock Polish Golem. That thing can set up and destroy. I kind of want to set up like Carmines with Kadabra and Destroy. Kind of want to set up Swords Dance with Leavanny and Destroy. You know, there are a lot of things that come into my mind. But I think I want Electric type. Will that add too much for ground weakness? Not really. It would also give us a resistance to Electric, which, I mean, we're not actually that weak to Electric. Although I kind of want to take Raichu. Although, does Plusle gets Nasty Plot, right? Do we run a Plusle right now? Is that... Do I run a Plusle right now? Do I really drop this low? Do I... There's no reason for me to run Plusle over Raichu. Looking at the stats, there is absolutely no reason for me to run Plusle over Raichu, so I'd run Raichu over there. But is there another Electric type that I'm not seeing right now that gets some really good move that could potentially destroy everything? I mean, I love Luxray, I just wish I had move coverage. Luxray is a beautiful Pokemon, but the move coverage really does let it down, so I think we're actually going to just stick with the freaking Raichu. As weird as that seems, and we'll give it a Focus Sash. We'll give it Lightning Rod so we can come in on Electric type move and destroy things. We'll give it Volt Switch because that's kind of the reason I wanted an Electric type. I want some Switch initiative on this team. Now, do we run Nasty Plot or do we just accept the fact that this thing is probably not going to set up? I'm fine with this thing not setting up, so I'm going to just run Thunderbolt. I'm going to run, let's see, Focus Blast because that's a nice move. I'm running a lot of Focus Blast. I'm running 2 Focus Blast. I don't like that. That misses. And I kind of want to run Hidden Power Ice. I think that should be fine. So we have some Switch initiative. We're calling you Fachu because that is like the only name ever. Magmar, I'm just starting with something that goes with MA. That is a hideous name. We're calling it Marge. Marge the Magmar. Oh my, that's a hideous name for it. But at the same time that makes me love it. So we have. Are we really running 4 shinies? Are we that guy? We're that guy. We're running 4 shinies. Okay, we're gonna be that disgusting. And I think we're good. So Marge needs to be female. Alfred, you need to be male. Jess needs to be female. Floof is genderless. Floof has no gender, so that can stay random. Marcus should probably be male. You know, we'll just. That'll do. That'll do. Validate. Are we good? Are we good? Is this my team? Is this what I'm running? This looks weird. This looks weird and fun. I like it. So that is going to be the team for this episode. If you guys have enjoyed this team building episode, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit all the buttons, and without further ado, bye!